What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back in Door Kickers 2, where we've been applying realistic and authentic real-world military tactics and close quarters battle infantry doctrine to play this game. The game is Door Kickers 2. If you haven't bought it, you should. It's available over at my game store at nexus.gg/controlledpairsgaming. If you buy it there, it supports the channel, supports me personally, and it supports the developers of the game. Today, we are looking at a level called Ambush. This is yet again one of those levels that have been kind of floating out there that I haven't had the chance to beat yet on the channel. So this is my first attempt ever playing this game, and I'm just taking my initial look at it right now, and we seem to have encountered sort of a conundrum of sorts. And as the scenario here reads, we have been en route along this road, and we've encountered an ambush. It appears that we've got a stopped vehicle to our front, which has caused the entire convoy to stop, and we have a heavy machine gun position up to the north. We have an additional heavy machine gun position down here in the southeast, and we have enemy on all flanks. And kind of the scenario as it is described basically says that this was kind of an insider threat, a situation where treachery has occurred. And sure enough, if you look down here, we have a turncoat militia member who we can presume to have informed potentially these bad guys that we were going to be moving along the route at this time. And I think what's also interesting is we've got allied militia down here. The way that this reads is that, you know, their allegiance is still in question. So the way the game mechanic works is if I get over here to this guy, I gain access to him and I can maneuver him on the battlefield, but he is essentially not in play for me personally until I get back there and make link up. And he gets the privilege of spawning basically right next to the turncoat militia trader. So hopefully he kills him immediately. So first what we're going to do is kind of talk through some of the tactics associated with react to an ambush and describe to you guys what I'm seeing here on the field right now. Then we'll equip the guys. Then we'll go through our plan. Then we'll execute the plan. And then at the very end, you'll see that sweet, smooth, badass cinematic replay that Door Kickers always produces. Today, I'm extremely excited to welcome back my buddies from Neomag to the channel. Neomag makes some of the finest everyday carry products on the market. If you're someone who carries a firearm to protect yourself, your family, your community, then you will love what Neomag has to offer. One of my favorite things that they make is called the alias system. The alias system allows you to carry your firearm in your traditional concealed location and then rapidly move that firearm and its holster from one location to another without having to do a whole lot of belt on and off and things like that. The alias system works by using these adapters that replace the normal clips on your holster. They give you a receiver that mounts to your belt, and you mount that belt to your receiver, and the holster mounts directly into that receiver for secure storage. The alias system also works with their beltless receiver. This beltless receiver allows you to wear a firearm in a concealed fashion even when you're in attire that doesn't have a belt that goes with it. So if you're in gym shorts or sweatpants or some sort of casual attire, you can still protect yourself and your family. The alias system also has hard mounting options, so you can mount this receiver to your truck or your gun safe or your nightstand or whatever the case may be, so you can quickly get that holster in and out somewhere where it is being securely stored. They've also got MOLLE receivers, so you can mount the alias system to a outside the waistband pistol belt or a MOLLE tactical backpack. They even have a traditional hook and loop receiver, so you can mount it basically anywhere that you can stick Velcro. I love these guys to death. And if you're someone who carries a firearm regularly, if you want secure storage for that firearm and ways to more conveniently move your holster around your vehicle, the place that you live, where you store it in a safe, then definitely go check out Neomag. I linked their YouTube channel down below. Definitely go check that out. You'll see all these products in action and better explanation of exactly how they use it. And if you do choose to purchase from Neomag, I'd encourage you to use that promo code that's down in the description below. Let's take a look at the situation. So again, vehicle stop toward 12 o'clock forces us to stop. Vehicle stop to the rear forces us to stop. Our main body is caught right here in the center, and we can presume that we're going to take fire from all sides essentially immediately. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bad guys that are immediately observable. There could be more to the front, and if I look further over here, I see another heavy machine gun position far to the east, as well as additional obstacles in the road, certainly all designed to canalize us in this terrain. When I say canalize, that means just forcing us to travel down a specific axis. So this terrain itself here, you know, being surrounded by cliffs on either side, that is canalizing terrain. And then these obstacles are blocking obstacles because their intent is to block us so that we are destroyed in this kill zone. There is two types of ambushes typically. near ambush, and a far ambush. Near ambush is generally described as an ambush in which the force that is being ambushed is decisively engaged within hand grenade range. Hand grenade range doctrinally is typically about 30 meters. Certainly that distance is less than 30 meters. Certainly that distance is less than 30 meters. Certainly that distance is also less than 30 meters. The other type of ambush is a far ambush. The reactions to those two things are different. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about a short ambush and how you react to it. The other thing I noticed about this ambush is that it is an L-shaped ambush. We always talk about L's on the channel. Typically, you want to get your force on two sides of your opponent so that you can use one element to suppress that opponent and the other element to maneuver on him. If you have an L on your opponent, it also gives you the ability to engage him while he is in a covered and concealed position oftentimes. So here we see the enemy generally arrayed along this axis and along this axis. So we are in the enemy's L. This is going to give him the ability to attack us with enfilade fire. So, types of fire with respect to the target. You've got crossfire, you've got enfilade fire, you've got frontal fire, you've got flanking fire, etc. Enfilade fire is fire that is oriented down the long axis of a target. So see, we have three vehicles traveling in a column. This creates a line. If you put a machine gun position at the front of that line, he is able to engage down the long axis of that column and basically put everyone in that column under threat. Meanwhile, we have flanking fire from a machine gun position here and a machine gun position here. That means that they can only engage kind of one specific target along each axis. So they'll have to pick and choose their targets, but they're engaging us from the flank, which we have no cover as long as they're on the north side of our vehicle. So that's kind of the challenge. Typically also in ambushes, you'd see like an assault element and a support element. Usually that support element you would find kind of in this position. So this again kind of makes sense. And then you'd have like an assault element, or it could be flip-flop too. So a lot of times, if you have like a long axis right here with the bulk of the enemy force arrayed like this, then you can put a support element down here like in this enfilade fire's position so they can suppress, keep everybody in this convoy suppressed and unable to maneuver while these guys destroy them. They'll hit us with a mad minute of a rapid rate of fire from all angles, throw lots of grenades at us, shoot lots of rockets at us, hit us with a lot of machine gun fire. Once we're all dead, the assaulting element up top, very likely then to move through the objective, make sure that we're all dead, take all of our stuff, and then depart the area rapidly. What I think is also interesting is that these guys are in prepared fighting positions. So you see like spare weapons lying around. Clearly, this is all well-prepared defensive fighting positions. So this is an area that they intended to ambush us along for a very, very long time. They had plenty of time to prepare, very likely because this dude informed them that we would be moving down this road. So the question then is, how do you react to an L-shaped near ambush while mounted in a vehicle? And the answer to that is typically you die, especially in this situation. So I'd say overseas, over the last 20 years, kind of a common reaction to, a near ambush under these conditions is going to be to blow through the ambush. Meaning if you are mounted, stay mounted. We're in up armored vehicles. At least here we have one up armored vehicle and two light skinned vehicles, but you want to get out of the kill zone. So if the kill zone is right here, we want to get the hell out of it, which means blow through it as fast as you can. They've implemented here a blocking obstacle, which prevents us from doing that. That means we are going to be engaged in the kill zone. So then what do you do if you are decisively engaged in the kill zone of a near ambush? And the answer is unfortunate in that typically you execute the battle drill, react to a near ambush, which asks us to immediately turn and overwhelm the enemy with violence of action and firepower from close range by throwing our own handheld explosive devices, gaining fire superiority, and assaulting through the objective by force. It is not a good option, but it is the best option in an impossible situation. And that is what we are going to attempt to do today. And even though it's not the preferred option is to not get in an ambush or to blow through it, assaulting through an ambush is your best chance at survival. Our other chance of survival here is we could hold up behind our trucks, and then eventually the machine gun's going to rip us to shred through our trucks. We're going to be fixed in the kill zone and taking hand grenades. We could attempt to break contact, but because we are canalized in this terrain, as we attempt to break contact, we're going to be hit likely while we're trying to get out of our vehicles and while we're moving from cover to cover. And with that all in mind, we're going to attempt to assault through this ambush today. The first thing I'm going to do is kind of take a look at my squad. They have Nasip up here. He is the convoy commander. I should say this is a local militia force, so it's a paramilitary force that's been trained by coalition forces, provided with some equipment from those coalition forces, but operating independently. So we've got Nasip up here. He's the vehicle commander of this vehicle. We know that because he's on the passenger side, and he's also the convoy commander and the commander of this overall element. We've got Akeem right here, his driver. I've got 2 empty spots. We're going to fill those here in just a second. And then the vehicle right behind him, we have Hafiz, Samir, and Waked and Fairuz. And then in trail, we already talked about the allied militia and the turncoat who needs to die. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop one of these guys. I will drop this man. And because I am using a militia faction, I get bonus militia guys. A militia in this game is worth 1/2 of a unit credit because they are lesser trained. So I think what I'll do is I'll put a militia member there and a militia member there. I still have 1 spot available. It kind of makes me want to fill it. I think I may resist that urge. We'll fill it. We're going to fill it. We're going to fill it. I'm going to take our vehicle commander, move him out of his doctrinal position as the vehicle, or the convoy commander, and move him out of his doctrinal position and into the passenger because I want some heavy-duty assaulters nearest this machine gun position because we're going to be assaulting in that direction. And I will take some more militia members and fill them in over here. Now I'm going to go through and check all these guys' kit. I don't play with the militia faction much. This is going to be a tall order for essentially an untrained team. So I don't even know, frankly, if this is possible. But we'll see how it goes. What are my options in here? So I've got an M4 suppressed. Okay, so M4 suppressed. I could go M16. I've got an RPK option. I think an M4 might be the move. I could go 249. I could go shield. A shield would be dope in this situation. I just feel like it's kind of unfair to give these guys a shield because, you know, shields are big, bulky, and heavy. These things are like heavily armor plated. And to think that you'd react to a near ambush by reaching to the back of your truck and pulling, you know, this 30 or 40 pound hunk of armor out of the back of it and getting out with it timely enough to respond to an ambush is just not real. That's fake. So we're not going to do that. I am satisfied with all of that. I'm satisfied with that. Certainly want everyone to have sappies, and I'm even happy with the RPG-26. So I'm not going to touch that, and that could all come in handy. AKM with, is it a CCO? Okay. It's a PKAS-1 red dot for an AK variant. That makes sense. Glock 17. Yeah, that's good. A sapper's combat vest. I think I want to go up to level 4 plates. I'm dropping side protection for that, but I am gaining... gosh, we'll keep it. So that's like a balance. I could, like, level 3 plates, they're not going to stop some of these high velocity rifle rounds, especially at close range, but it's going to help a lot with the frag, and it's going to give me some side protection. So good luck, Nasip. I'm happy with his frags and smokes, and he does not have any equipment options. Okay, so I'm good with that as well. My militia guys have FALs. That's probably, honestly, a pretty good option for this situation. They've got irons on them, Glock 17s. This is not a flashbang kind of day. It is definitely a frag grenade kind of day. I am going to copy this loadout. I think I'm going to give it to the rest of my militia members. So everyone's running that FAL Glock 17 frags, and that looks good. Now back here, I've got M4, sappies, bangs, frags. I think over here I'm going to swap this frag for a smoke. Here I'm going to swap that for an RPG. I'm going to swap that bang for a smoke. And he has an RPK. He has an M4. I think I'm going to swap that for an M4. And we'll throw a can on that as well. Okay. I'm as happy as I could be in this situation. So how do we react to this ambush? Everyone who's decisively engaged by this battle position is going to assault this battle position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Akeem attempt to kill this guy and this guy. I'm going to have Nasip kill this guy and then move to the heavy machine gun. I'm going to have Hafiz and Samir immediately kill both of these guys as well. Everyone that's on this side of the vehicle, they're going to kill whoever they're in close contact with and then break contact to cover to get cover from this machine gun, likely back here. And then I'm going to attempt to fight too and make link up with my allied militia. Once I've reconsolidated and I've, survived the immediate threat of the ambush by destroying this battle position, destroying our near threats, and making link up with our allied assaulter. Once that force is reconsolidated, we will move to knock out this machine gun and then attempt to exfil off of the objective. So that is the plan. Let's see how we do it. I think it's hilarious that we started in quiet mode because I have people with suppressors. Clearly, this is not a quiet mode type of situation. That's a grunt insurgent. Okay, so here you need to die. And then we're going to have everybody run to cover. Let's just get to it. Let's just get to planning. This is going to be an absolute mad dash. These guys are just doing their best to get out of the kill zone. I need you to have long. Yep. That's going to take 2 potentially. All right, so that looks good. This dude for sure needs to break, but I need you to... I'm going to give you like 2 seconds to win that fight, and then you've got to run. We're definitely taking casualties. I mean, that's, unfortunate, but it is certainly the way that this one is going to go. Those guys need to die right away. You need to die right away. You need to die right away. So those are our like nearest threats, and then we just have to get off of the X. So we are going to push up into here. Just out of the kill zone as best as we possibly can. The problem is we're still going to be getting hit from that machine gun long, so I'm going to have these guys actually go long. And boys, I have no idea if this is even possible. I'm going to be doing a lot of starting and stopping to micromanage, individual unit actions as this thing kicks off, and we will see how it goes. But let's kick it off. Here we go. And we have an additional threat back there. And that gun is occupied. Look at that. That machine gun's already taken out one of my assaulters. I need to slide him over there immediately, kill that immediately. This machine gunner's going down. This machine gunner's going down. So that's all looking good. That's a suicide. Oh, it's a rocket insurgent right there. Back here, we have a turncoat, allied, and another turncoat. We need to freaking save him. So not only are we in contact with like the initial ambush force, but we are getting smacked from all sides by reinforcements as well. This is absolute madness. Nasip's almost into cover. These guys are breaking contact. Luckily, Nasip has got some protection, and he should be able to get here, but then he's going to be in contact from the rear. We'll see if he can last long enough to make that happen. This RPG guy needs to die immediately. We've got... That guy's down. That guy's about to go down. Allied militia's hurt bad. So we're going to go ahead and just haul ass to him to see if we can make link up. I'm being mindful of this center axis for sure right here. We're definitely going to get frags out. And then from here, we're going to get more frags out. That should take care of that. Nasip up here is doing surprisingly okay. This man can transition to a run. This man can maintain contact with that dude with the RPG. Turncoat militia about to die from our allied homie. And I'm still concerned about reinforcements there, but I don't have the ability to pull long security as it stands. But I do want these two guys to go to the rear just in case there are any other enemy reinforcements from the rear. And right now I'm worried kind of about a counterattack coming from up here. There's another machine gun position there that's going to be problematic. And then a counterattack coming from up here because we've already seen some reinforcements spawn there. Okay. We did indeed get into cover. Next target's going to be this RPG guy. We've knocked out this defensive fighting position up top, only taking 1 casualty in the process, which is a minor miracle. This dude's blind firing, so he's going to be toast. I'm going to turn around and pull rear security with this SIP because I'm concerned about dudes flowing through this direction now. Yep, just like you. You can go ahead and die unarmed, moving to a weapon. These boys are doing okay. We're going to get you into position. I wish I could occupy. There you go. 1 facing south, 1 giving me rear security. These guys have almost made link up with our homie. These boys are now taking fire, so go ahead and get to cover. Grenade went out. Is that a suicide bomber? It is. That's good. You need to die for sure. Frag out there. That looks good. All right, it is all quiet for now. We have, in fact, made link up with our allied dude back here. We're going to start creeping forward to clear through the rest of this ambush. Security long there. Get to cover. Security there. Ooh, that was spicy, my dudes. That was spicy. So clearly next threat's going to be this dead space up here, this dead space right here. I'm going to be pretty deliberate about how I handle all of that. Best way to be deliberate is by throwing frag grenades, my friends. When we throw frag grenades, we try to do it in buddy teams so that you have one man employing the handheld device and the other man providing security for him. So we'll do that there. One more shooter. This is why we have good security. Come on, boys. Oh, dude, that's a problem with the militia. They can't shoot. They can't shoot. So we took a casualty there. We got a frag off in the process. That's all right. These boys need to get a frag around this corner. No! I should have thrown a frag with Nasip. Oh, my God. What a waste. What a waste. All right, get you into cover, buddy. If you're going to be doing all this craziness. And we're going to throw frags over your head. Hit this corner again. That's frustrating. That's 2 casualties I did not need to take, but I did. I'm going to start creeping up a little bit more. Our best chance of getting situational awareness is from this long axis here. So that's exactly what I'm doing. My allied homie is going to help. This is a dangerous pie, but we just saved your life. You owe us, my dude. Okay, nothing seen there. We're going to keep creeping up. We'll do this part at a run from here. Get security that way. All right, that piece is set. Nasip, time to earn your money. You're going to pie this. We'll get him moving out of position as well. All right, now that this buddy team is set, we're going to smoke up this corridor. Try to get the smoke as near the enemy as we can. Yep, that drew fire from a heavy machine gun. And that blind fire killed another dude. Oh my God, the boys are dropping like flies out there. Damn it. What a brawl, dude. This is gnarly. Do you have an arm? Can I use your arm? And now you can take a freaking knee, buddy. We're going to need that arm again. One more throw. Give me a good chuck. Come on. I need more smoke. We're going to put another smoke here. This is a dangerous shot, but we're going to send it. Waiting for that smoke, waiting for that smoke. There's the smoke.
Alpha, go.
Buddy, you might not make it through this. He's reloading. Hurry. And for good measure. Oh, that grenade freaking... There's no way that was an army distance, guys. Come on. I should have checked the geometry on that. We do have a heaping pile of death down there, so that's good. We're going to move these guys into cover while that smoke is still up, and we're going to do it fast. And creep our militia homie up here just a little bit to get him out of the line of fire. Creep everybody else up forward just a little bit. This man's not doing anything back here, so we'll get him back in the fight as well. A little concerned that we don't have rear security, but that is kind of the nature of only having a few guys left after that hell of a fight. We'll get this frag out. I'm worried about this corner now as well. All right, we've cleared long here, so now we're going to push long on this vehicle. Maintaining security there. And I've already got security there. We're going to work into our own L to clear the backside of this vehicle in this dead space. Before we commit them around the corner, we're going to throw a frag on their behalf. And there we have it, folks. Successfully survived an L-shaped near ambush. It was a freaking miracle, but we took a lot of careless casualties, frankly, in the process. Not a bad run for what I think is kind of a random number generator sort of outcome of a level. But let's take a look at this replay and see how it all went down.